Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. We're going to get started. Welcome to Lookout's very first 2024 Political Forum. This is one of 3 that we'll be doing this year. I just think it's really wonderful. I just want to say, start out, yay to you. Give yourselves a nice big hand for coming. Thank you so much. We ordered great weather for you tonight after last night's craziness. I spent the early hours bailing out our ADU, so no fun, all right? Climate change is real. We appreciate you all, everyone at home who's listening. We appreciate you too. I'm Jody Beal. I am the opinion editor at Lookout. I edit the Community Voices pages. I also teach journalism at UCSC. I see at least one of my students here tonight. They're all ordered to watch, but you can't guess which one it is. As I tell them, this is democracy in action. This is really it. You are it doing this here tonight, showing what it is to take part in a local community. I think that it takes several things. It takes, good local journalism, it takes community engagement, and then it takes voters to go out and really do the action of what democracy is. So we at Lookout regard this as helping inform the public, helping you understand what the issues are so that you can know how to vote. It's been really sad to see recent years. I'm sure a lot of you know this. I teach this, so I could be talking about this a lot, about the sad news in journalism and the decline in traditional print, classic journalism that many of us grew up looking at and thinking about and informing us. And we're looking at the Wild West right now. We don't really know what the future is going to be. It's sometimes frightening. I think there are some great alternatives out there. I'm hoping that we can help find the answers. Lookout, in a way, right, is part of that, and I'll get to that in a minute. But we've seen layoffs at the LA Times this past week. Recently, we also saw the Baltimore Sun. Anyone paying attention to what's happening there? I see one person is. That's good. Anyone else? Baltimore Sun. A few people. Right, Baltimore Sun, this historic 146-year-old newspaper, was sold. It was bought last week by David Smith, who's a top manager in the management at the conservative-leaning Sinclair broadcast group. Sinclair owns the largest amount of TV stations in the country. It leans right. Yeah, well, not only that, but in 2016, this David Smith, who now owns the Baltimore Sun, said, reported by The Guardian, he told Donald Trump that we, Sinclair News, are here to deliver your message. Right? So I'm really proud to be part of Lookout because we're not here to deliver anyone's message. It's hard to find independent local news. Lookout is looking for a new model, trying to figure it out. It's not perfect. We're getting there. We're working on it. We're at a time when most news organizations are shrinking, Lookout's actually growing. So that's super exciting. Our founder, Ken Doctor, is not here tonight, sadly. He will be here for the next 2. Ken is away because he's growing Lookout at in another city where it's going to be the second Lookout coming. So he's looking to recreate this model to make it happen all over the country. And so again, for me, it's a really exciting thing as an academic, but also as a journalist to be part of this and to say that, yes, we're doing this together as a community. We'll have 3 forums this year. So again, please come back. Please pay attention. And then we'll have more for you in November. So our Lookout staff, lots of them are here. If you guys would just wave, say hi, so everyone knows who you are. We're really happy. Thank you. It's a great, fun team. Maybe applause. Yes. Super exciting. Bringing everything that you have to you here. By the way, Ken did say that if you're a candidate, you get a free drink on him. So if you haven't done it yet, you could do it after. You want it right now? Okay, we can maybe get that right now. Jamie, where are you? Jamie will help get that. Jamie is the director, Jamie Garfield, Director of Student and Community Engagement. Jamie helps bring Lookout to schools which is really super important and exciting. It's already free for college students and high school students. We're trying to bring it into the high schools. We're trying to make it free for teachers too, right? Because we know, all of us know that that's where it all starts. You have to have a habit of reading, a habit of paying attention to the news, a habit of being politically engaged, because otherwise it's never going to happen. So we're really hopeful that we can continue that Lookout can keep doing that. Thank you to Hotel Paradox for this incredible space and for facilitating this, for being our event partner. We couldn't do it without you. And thanks again to all of you here for coming, for being here, for being part of this. And finally, I just want to take a moment to note that it is really becoming increasingly difficult to be a political candidate in this country, right? There are so many pressures on people. Many good people make the choice not to run, right? They decide it's not for them. They're not going to get. It's going to hurt their family to run. Personally, they don't want to have the kinds of pressures that they have in office. And I feel like we're really blessed as a community to have 9 good people here tonight who have said yes, who have agreed to run. And these people are running, you're going to hear from all of them tonight. They're running for the Board of Supervisors. There's 2 seats. There's actually 3 seats in this election, so that's a lot of the 5 seats. 5 seats altogether, 3 seats are up for election. We're going to hear from candidates from 2 of those seats tonight, District 2 and District 5. A little bit of background, just to let you know. So 2 years ago, when I was doing this forum, we had also a supervisor's race, and our state had a budget surplus. Think about that, right? California, boom and bust. Right now, we are close to a $40 billion deficit. So that's something that whoever wins is going to have to reckon with. The Board of Supervisors is about servicing people. It's about getting people the services paid for by the state that they need to make their lives better. I'm talking about physical and mental health. I'm talking about assistance to needy families. I'm talking about food stamps, all these kinds of things. This is what the Board of Supervisors has to do. It's their mandate. It sets priorities for the county. So whoever wins in these races is going to have to do more with less. Right? Lots of needy people are maybe not going to get the services. They're going to have to figure out, be creative, find ways to help those people and get us the services that we need. So again, 9 candidates, 2 races. That's a lot. We have a lot of people on the stage tonight to hear from. We have 5 in this race. Chris and I. So Chris Neely is the politics and policy correspondent. We're going to be sharing moderating duties tonight, and we're going to work our best to help you understand the differences between these people and get a sense of who they are as leaders and what their priorities are. Okay, just a tiny little bit more of background. The Board of Supervisors right now is all male. It's been that way since 2012. So that could change with this race, with these 2 races, that could change. We've also seen a lot of veteran leadership in this community leave in the past few years. So that leaves a lot of questions as who's going to emerge as our strongest leaders? What direction are they going to take us, right? Who are our new leaders going to be? Obviously, our area has many big issues that confront the whole nation. Santa Cruz is a little bit of a microcosm for them, right? Affordable housing, we're on the forefront of climate change. We have mental health issues in this community that we need to think about, addiction, fentanyl. We have issues in our jail. We have a lot of pesticides used in South County, an issue that we've been trying to focus on in community voices quite a bit. We have a hospital we're trying to save in Watsonville, our community is trying to save, and we have endless roads and bridges that need to be fixed. So all of these are the kinds of things that the Board of Supervisors looks at. We want to help you understand what kind of leader, what kinds of answers some of these people have to some of these questions. We'll get to as many as we can tonight, and of course our Lookout efforts continue in all of our coverage and looking online and following the races, and we encourage you to do that. We also really encourage you, if you're not yet, to become a member. We know it's hard. We know that everyone is struggling, but honestly, if we can't support local news, we can't pay our journalists to bring you these stories. So again, we're working really hard to make it free for those who need it, but if you can, and if you think it's something that you enjoy, I think it's a civic duty, right, to get good news. So think about becoming a member. There's membership information on your plates, at your tables. Okay, rules of the forum, just quickly, and then we'll get started. It's each section is 1 hour, so we'll have 1 hour discussion. Everyone gets 90 seconds for their answers. We have timekeepers right here who are going to be holding up signs for you guys so that when you get close to your mark, I don't have like a hook or a buzzer, but we're going to all try to be true. I do want to encourage candidates to talk to each other, to interact, to respond, right, to be themselves. We just want to make sure that nobody dominates and overwhelms and takes over and has a lot more time than anyone else. So we're trying to keep everyone okay with the time cues. We'll allow people to rebut or to say something if you disagree. I would love for that kind of dialogue to happen. Please don't respond by applause or cheers or booing. We never would do that, right, in our civic-minded community. It just makes it for a harder, it's hard to be up here, right, as we said. So just be civil and be kind and be courteous. I am going to take questions from the audience, although we're going to take them via cards. So if you see in the middle of your table, if you have something you'd like to say or add, please hold up your hand. Our lookout staff will pick them up regularly throughout the discussion, and then our editors will filter and sort them and bring them up to me, and I will try to ask as many as I can. I really encourage you, even if it's very short. I have like 15 questions I want to ask. I'm never going to get to all of them, right? So I'll try to include yours as well. If we don't, please know that your question will still inform our reporting, right? We will hand it to our reporters, and if it's something that really needs to be looked into, hopefully it'll find its way into their reporting. So just know that it won't just disappear if you send a question. Same for people at home. If you want to ask something, please email. news@lookout, right? news@lookoutlocal.com, and that way we'll have your question too. Okay, I'm going to ask a few questions, and then we're going to have a fun lightning round at the end where we ask them quick, fun, one little word answer questions. Just for kicks. So, okay. So, tiny little last thing that I'm going to say, and then we really are going to get into this. I just want to tell you for a minute about District 2. So, for those of you who don't know, District 2 includes Aptos, La Selva Beach, Seacliff, Rio Del Mar. It's got parts of Watsonville, Corralitos, Freedom, the Pajo River Basin. It's rich agricultural land. It's rural. It's suburban. It's a really big mix. 54,700 residents. Okay, you guys ready for my pop quiz? Told you I'm a professor. Okay, what do you think is the biggest issue in District 2? Raise your hand if you know. If you don't, I'm going to call on you anyway. No, just kidding. Okay, what do you guys think? Anyone? Yes. Affordable housing. Who else? That's a good one. What else? Yes. Addiction. What else? Roads is right. Yes, $25. No, just kidding. Roads. District 2 has a drink. District 2, if Ken was here, I would make him do that. District 2 has the most roads of any district in the county. Most roads. Fun fact. That's 179 linear miles. And according to our deep throat source, which is actually outgoing supervisor Zach Friend, of the 75,000 roughly inquiries, calls, and emails, see what's coming? Last year, the overwhelming majority were about roads, culverts, and infrastructure. Right? So that's what people are thinking about. So climate change is real. So that's just some fun facts about District 2, and now I'm going to turn it over to our candidates. I'm going to ask each of them, and in no order, we just sat them here. I'm going to have them go, and then we'll switch up the order as we go. You will all help me keep honest about whose turn it is to speak first. I hope. I have not had a drink. I'll give them 60 seconds just to introduce themselves. So, Kim, you want to be first, or should we start on that end? Do you have a preference? Me first?
Sure.
Okay.
Is it on? Hey, Kristen, did you ever find the car? No. Okay, so I need to make an announcement first. So somebody parked next to me in a dark gray Honda Civic with a big Kristen Brown sign in the back window. And your passenger window is all the way open, like all the way. So if that is your car, I would go out.
All right.
So I hope that's okay.
All right. All right. We're off to a good start.
I was just worried about, people either climbing in it or it's starting to rain. Anyway.
All right. Okay. All right. No, we're
I
all
hope
counting that
not.
as your 60 seconds. Okay.
Ready? Go.
All right. Go.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kim DeSerpa, a 26-year resident of Aptos. I live in a rural area out Trout Gulch Road, so I'm very deeply aware of all the needs of the rural area, including roads and connectivity. We don't have internet connection in much of District 2, including on the highway going south on Rio Del Mar or by the Pajaro River. It's very frustrating to try to do work on my way in to work, and my calls drop. I'm a mom of 6 kids and a blended family. My husband's a physician from Stanford. He's here tonight. Hi, honey. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and manager at Salinas Valley, formerly Memorial Hospital, where I supervise a team of 12. I've put in programs for grief support, for people at the end of life, and for substance use treatment. I have a lot of passions. I'm on a school board for the last 14 years for the Pajaro Valley, and we've made a lot of improvements for families and children in the district, and I'm very proud of that work. Thank you.
Do you want us to stand or sit?
You can sit. It's up to you. You can sit. That's fine.
Okay. Hi, my name is Tony Crane. I have been a resident of Santa Cruz for nearly 40 years now. I have 4 kids, ranging in age. I have 18-year-old twins that go to Cabrillo, and a 23-year-old and a 34-year-old that lives in Maine. Roads are, since she kind of spoke about the roads around her, where she lives, I live right off of where the farm bakery is. We call Soquel at that point Highway 2, because people literally are going 60 miles an hour, maybe more at times, and in order to get out of our neighborhood, you have to cross over that. And so, not that that is a road conditions per se, but that somehow that needs to get managed.
Great.
10 seconds left. Okay. Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you all for coming tonight. Hope you don't get wet on the way home. My name is Bruce Jaffe. I'm a 40-plus year resident of the Mid-County, Capitola, and Aptos. I have a beautiful wife and 2 college-age kids. And I'm running for this office for community service. My background is I'm a scientist. I'm a professional oceanographer, geologist. And I've got a proven track record for leadership and problem solving. I've served on the Soquel Creek Water Board for 21 years, and I'm the current president. And Soquel Creek Water Board has developed cost-effective regional strategies to address the crucial issue of clean, safe, and abundant water. And as your county supervisor, I believe I can find the best solutions to the many significant issues we face. I'll work hard for you to make our county government an enabler instead of an obstacle, and usher in a new era of prosperity and security for all.
Thank you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Kristen Brown. I'm a 4th-generation county resident, currently serving as mayor in my mayor of Capitola in my 8th year of my 2nd term on Capitola City Council, and I want to be a representative on the Board of Supervisors for District 2. I have 13 years of experience in public policy, having worked on the federal, state, and local levels, including time as a congressional aide for Congressman Sam Farr and Congressman Jimmy Panetta. I currently serve as the Vice Chair and incoming 2024 Chair for the Metro Transit District, the Chair of the RTC, a board member of the Association of Monterey Bay Area Governments, where I led the board through the Regional Housing Needs Assessment process. I have a total of 4 college degrees, culminating in a master's in public administration, and I'm proud of my time and my accomplishments during my time on Capitola City Council. I care very deeply for our community, and I believe that I have the experience and education necessary to step into this job and get the job done on day one. I would be very honored to serve in this role. I don't just know the work, I love the work, and I'm looking forward to answering the questions this evening.
I'm going to stand up, I hope you don't mind. My name is David Schwartz. I've lived in this community for 40 plus years. My wife and I own an organic farm out in Corralitos. I drive the roads like every day back and forth to work. I have a business that I've been operating in SoCal for 35 years, doing people's taxes, helping people with all kinds of financial issues and things like that. I've helped hundreds of people buy their first homes and save on their taxes and deal with government regulation. I spent 9 years on the board of Big Brothers Big Sisters, and that was a wonderful time helping our community find volunteers to actually help our young people have somebody that they can look up to. I know a lot about a few things, and I know a little about a lot of things, and I think I have experience that the county needs of me. I'm a financial person. I need to watch where the money goes, and I think our county is not paying attention. The roads are in such horrible shape that I'm going to do something about it. Thank you.
Ooh. All right. Great. Okay, well, that is great because it segues into my next question, and that is that everyone wants to fix the roads. We've heard that. But I want to know specifically, so this is a kind of a two-part question. I really want to know what you think are your road priorities, right? I know you guys talked about your specific roads, but like where are your road priorities in the community? So first of all, what like top 2, 3 areas that you think really need fixing first? And then I also want to know a little bit about how you're thinking about climate change in our region. So District 2 has a lot of coastal land and a lot of coastal homeowners who have really expensive land on the coast. It also has Seacliff State Beach. So all of these places are really difficult to maintain given coastal erosion. And so, again, valuable homes, state beaches, also some rural areas that service very few people. The county regularly fixes the roads and then they get washed out again. And so my question is, do you support, so the roads, which roads, but then also do you support reinforcing the coastline and protecting property like large, expensive homes, or do you endorse managed retreat, right? That is, let's move away from that question. Let's move away from the coastline and make those property owners, the county's not going to pay for their own the property, have the property owners pay for it. And if you would be doing that, how would you get those property owners to be convinced that it's not the county who should do it, it's them? So that's kind of a long question, but I think you can go for it. I know, right? You get 90 seconds. That's okay, easy. All right, I guess, I don't know, Tony, would you mind if I just move down to you to start with you? Sure. It'll be easier on my poor brain if we do it that way.
Yeah, I'm going to stand as well. It's
Okay, great.
tight in here. So I don't think that I'm going to say what my priorities are about the roads. I think that's something that the people who are supposed to be managing the roads should make that decision. There's obvious, I don't know. I don't want to try to put it on my neighborhood. I think that SoCal, right where I live, is kind of a nightmare, and it does need to be worked on. But so I would leave that to the professionals, the engineers. As far as the coastline, I don't know if retreat is necessarily the way to go. A good friend of mine actually, it's what he does, is he looks for ways to manage coastlines and to build barriers. As far as trying to convince people that it's their duty, I didn't tell them to buy that property. I'm not sure if it's my job to try to convince somebody to do anything.
Well, but if the county's not going to fix the road, then they've got to fix it themselves.
Well, and so we have to look at our budget, and as far as I know, there is no budget for our roads. I'm pretty sure there isn't. Then we can't do anything about it, and we've got other priorities that we need to take care of. So private owners, unfortunately, that's their problem, and they're going to have to manage that.
Okay, thank you.
So I detected 3 questions, Jody.
Okay, all right.
Roads, climate change, and how to deal with coastal erosion, sea level rise, threatening valuable property. Roads, I agree with Tony here. You go to the experts. I've talked with Matt Machado, who's head of Public Works, and of course, the priorities have to do with public safety is the highest priority, be able to get emergency vehicles in and out of all places. But he's of the opinion that we need an assessment on, and it would raise enough money for maintenance. However, the roads are in such bad condition, we probably also need a bond measure to get them up to the point where we have the roads at a place they can be maintained. Another priority for Matt, it has to do with how much you, 30 seconds left, how much how much it costs when a road goes out, so you prioritize those. Climate change, I've studied climate change for more than 20 years. It's real. There's going to be more frequent, more severe storms. There's going to be bigger waves. And 10 seconds left. We have to do long-term planning. We can't just react to things. We have to have a long-term plan. I'm out of time.
Managed retreat, yes or no?
Manage retreat, but you have to keep the homeowners happy too.
Okay. All right.
And I'm a specialist in coastal erosion as well.